Seth Widener here. This video is part 4 of my wall cabinet series. In this video I'm going to show you how I took some raised panel doors, shortened them, and turned them into picture frames. Here's a sneak peek at the finished product. We have some mallard ducks in this picture, and some wood ducks here, and the last picture is some Canadian geese. I started by setting up my table saw and cutting out the middle section of the door so that when I put the two ends together, it was the right height for the opening that I had adjusted in a previous video. I actually had 4 doors to do this with. The first one was a test. Here I'm doing the next 3, and I used the 3 best ones out of the 4. In my first piece I cut all the way across, but then I realized when I tried to piece it together that my cuts weren't quite straight because the panels moved some. Here's the rough fit. I will glue these and pocket screw them together. Each of the panels has a couple pins, top and bottom, to hold them in place. So I cut out the length, and I'm just going to tap these off with a mallet. Try not to crack these. Works pretty good to hold pressure on one side and tap up on the other side. Here's the pins. This was a pretty quick and easy process once I got the hang of it. I want to take this lip off all the way around, so when I put my picture and glass in there, I can set it in there after the frame is assembled. To do that, I'm going to use this trim router with a bearing, a 1/2 inch bit. That is going to take most of that out. It'll leave a little bit. Here I'm cutting in some light passes at first, trying not to take out some big chunks. The bearing is actually on a guide that's mounted to the router. It is not part of the bit. And of course I have to clean up as I go. And I did this to all of my pieces before assembling them together. I clamped and glued my frames together and let the glue dry before doing the pocket screws. I also left the clamps on when I did the pocket hole screws to help hold them so that no offset or break was created when the screws went into the other piece. After assembling the frames, I marked the outline of where the cut needed to be and finished the cut with the multi-tool as seen here. I then cleaned up these edges with chisels and sandpaper. And then I sanded all the edges to make it a smooth joint where I'd piece them together. I think the joint between the two halves turned out really well, and I think gluing them and clamping them in place before inserting this pocket screw really helped. Here's the pictures dry fitting. I had to trim them down height-wise, which I did with a razor blade. I've stained and polyurethane the frames. I've cut out the back side of the groove that retains the panel so that I can set the glass and the pictures in there and put some kind of retainers on there. I have my handles and little spacers that raise it off the door. I got some glass out of some old picture frames. I wanted to cut the glass myself because I thought it would be easy to do. I was successful cutting one piece, but I ended up going to the big box store and having another piece cut for my other 2 frames because of this right here. I blame it on the glass being old and possibly scratched. But operator error could have something to do with it too. And here's how the doors look in place. I think they turned out really well. And the bottom doors are not on there in these pictures because I had a failure on color match on those. So until next time, thanks for watching.